Welcome to the BearDown podcast. My name is Kenzie Fowler-Quinn, and with us today are two members of the Arizona men's basketball team. We have Courtney Ramey and Cedric Henderson Jr. Thank you guys for joining us today. I understand you guys are both grad transfers, so it's your first year, year one. But hey, we've had red, blue, check. A couple games in McHale, check. Kind of take us into, like, you're here, you're in it. How's it been so far?
I'll let him answer. I haven't had my first game in McHale yet.
That's true.
It's been fun. It's really exciting. The fans are amazing. And then the energy with the team is always great. Even though Courtney hasn't been able to play, he's still been the first one off the bench off every good play. Still talks to the guys, still is really good supporting everybody. So, it's going to be great, especially in Maui when he comes back. We're going to have that energy even on the court. So,
well, what are your thoughts about McHale?
Playing in the red and blue and then playing in the exhibition, it was something that I was looking forward to. I knew I was going to be suspended first couple of games. For me, it was just playing in front of the fans and that's them getting used to me. And, I'm excited to be back with the team. I'm happy they had success in the first 3 games and growing with each other. And I just think me being one of the leaders of the team, I just wanted to just stay in their ears and just show them that I was connected with the team even though I wasn't playing. So me coming back now, it's I don't want to take away what they already started. I just want to build onto it.
Yeah. Well, for those who may not understand or know, you guys committed before visiting, right? And you guys are from Memphis, from St. Louis, not West Coast guys. So now that you've been over here on this side of the country, how's Tucson? How's the West Coast, so to speak?
It's a little different for me. I didn't want to take any of my visits because I know if I took one else, I'd take all of them. But I was in Vegas for a month and a half, so I was already in the West Coast. So I was kind of familiar with the weather, the time difference, and all that. Yeah. So I had a sort of a familiar with it. But being here is kind of something that I enjoy. I was kind of skeptical at first, playing with a lot of foreigners and just being out west. Never done it before, but I think it was the best decision for me.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, it's completely different. Only time I was ever really out west was for AAU and travel ball and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So really living out here is an entirely different thing, entirely different culture. Especially coming from the East Coast where it's more soul food, and coming from the South and everything like that. So different types of food, different people, different cultures. So it's definitely a learning experience, but I do like it a lot. So.
Okay, so very important question. Do you have any favorite food places, whether it's something that you're cooking or that you're eating or maybe somebody else is making for you?
I got a top 2 restaurants that I've been to. Don't steal my ideas.
Okay.
I've been to Locale.
Yes.
Then Our Trail Steakhouse.
Oh, great choices. Both so good.
See, I really ain't go nowhere yet. So I would have to say for me would be Illegal Pete's and Flores Market.
Okay, yeah.
See, we got to get him to expand his horizon,
Yeah.
Get a little Italian, get a little Mexican.
Yeah.
Obviously we are known for our Mexican food, so you got to venture out and try as many places as you can. But you guys are roommates, and who's clean, who's messy, who cooks, who stays organized, who runs the schedule, because somebody in the roommate situation is always on top of things.
I would say I'm the clean one. 100%.
Okay.
I'm going to let that be known.
You want to defend yourself, or you're going to
just...
No, neither one of us really cooks. I'm not a big cooker.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn, though. I want to, take a class
right.
or, find a friend, just a friend, nothing more, just to, teach me how to cook. Just want that to be known so, people don't get the wrong idea.
Right.
No, neither of us cook at all. We mostly we get a lot of food, especially from basketball and stuff like that. And then...
all right, but it's working out. It's working out.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I make cereal every day, so I guess I cook a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that's important. Got to get the cereal. Okay, so let's just kind of rewind a little bit and take it back to. I am curious when athletes make it all this way in college with so much success. How did you get your start? Very early beginnings. How did you get involved in basketball?
You can go.
Honestly, it kind of just happened. For me, I really wasn't a huge basketball guy until I really got to high school.
High school?
Yeah. I played soccer, football, track. I liked a lot of sports, but I eventually realized that I was better at basketball, so I kind of just stuck to it. And me and my dad kind of talked about it, and that's just kind of how it's been since then.
Because your dad played, right?
Yeah.
And so was that did you feel that as a youngster, maybe I don't want to follow too much, I'm going to do my own thing, and all of a sudden you find your own way and come back to basketball?
Yeah, that was the big thing. I really didn't, because at first I was like, he already did it. Why do I want to follow him? Because everybody's just going to compare me at that point. Mm-hmm. But then I realized, well, it's still a sport and I'm still my own person. So I can still make my own path to do it.
I love that story.
So,
what positions did you play in when you were a football player?
Wide receiver and defensive end, actually, which was I shot up I got really tall all of a sudden.
Okay.
So
yeah.
That's how that went.
Right on. High school. That's pretty rare. I mean, if you talk to, I think, athletes that make it to this level, usually it's you kind of dipped your toe in early, but you know, I like that you played different sports along the way, but that's interesting. What about you, Courtney?
Mine's kind of more different. I started playing early. I started taking it serious after my mom and grandma passed. I think that was the biggest like adjustment for me, just like finding a way to like represent them even though they wasn't there. And basketball was something like that kind of like was my getaway from all my problems. So like at an early age, like around 4th grade is when basketball became important.
Was there anyone in your life that was someone that you can point to that was whether a mentor or someone in your family just super influential on your journey?
Yeah, my dad. Yeah. After my grandma passed, I moved in with my dad, and basketball kind of brought us together and brought us closer. So I think my dad was probably the biggest person to like push me. Like even when like I was successful, I've been successful for a while. I think he kind of just kept me humble and just told me like my bigger purpose. So without him, I probably would have fizzled off a long time ago.
Love that. Have your families been to a game yet?
I mean, not mine because I haven't played.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're saving it.
They'll be in Hawaii though.
Oh, they will be in Hawaii.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay,
good to know. Okay, fast forward. This is Coach Lloyd's second year. Obviously, this is your first year. So it's still kind of new for everyone in this journey as a big picture. But what has this system been like playing, and how has he been as a head coach, and what does he bring?
Honestly, it's like he's been doing it his whole life. It's like he's been here, it's comfortable, and he pushes you. It's not really a break you down or anything like that, but he makes sure that you give 100% effort at all times. And then the way he plays, the style of basketball we play at is just, it's fun. I mean, who doesn't want to play up and down the court nonstop? Shoot shots you want to shoot. So
I was going to go a whole different route. But just being here is like kind of like, it's fun. I feel like you can just be yourself. You don't have to worry about like people judging you. Like for me, I probably laugh 100 times a day just being myself and just feeling like I can just be me. You know, Tommy told me since day one, like, just be you. I just think that's resonated every day. It's like I don't have to try to please him. I don't have to try to please my teammates. They're gonna accept me for who I am. So as a basketball player, that goes with the psyche of playing the game. It's like your head man is telling you to be you, and he's instilling confidence in you. Why can't you be confident in yourself? So I feel like that's the biggest message that I get from him every day.
I know that you and Kerr were kind of like communicating a little bit during the recruiting process. Does that help kind of build into the team culture and feel like gives you a head start a little bit?
Yeah, the first time Kerr texted me, I didn't know who he was. He just texted me and said, "This is your favorite player." And I was like, "What?" I was getting a lot of texts at the time, so then he called me and I was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "Kerr Creason." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, and then like from that day going on until I committed, we talked every day. Just not even about basketball, just about other things because I wanted to know more outside of basketball, like what type of community, how the fans are, how the rest of the team are. Because that was important for me being in my last year. It's like I feel like all that stuff is like builds a team. So I feel like that was the biggest thing.
So he said this is your favorite player?
Yeah. He's my second favorite player, so I just wanted to be.
Oh, okay. So who is your favorite player?
Chris Dunn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's top 5.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's amazing. That's a great story. Is there anyone on the team that fans may not know as much about that they should keep their eye on?
Adama Ball. Phillip. Adama Ball and Phillip.
Okay. Yeah. I would say Henry. Honestly, They know about him, but I think they could kind of skip him a little bit because you have Zoo and Umar down there.
Adama Ball and Phillip would be all-time greats by the time they leave this university.
Period. Okay. This team is also full of international talent, and you guys were talking about, getting to know some of the guys. As cultures blend and you start to like be in the locker room, have you picked up any phrases or anything that maybe some other guys say?
Yeah, but they've all been like offensive, so I'm like,
okay. All right. Yeah. Let me just. No, I'm just kidding. That's.
I don't think I can really repeat those. I'm a butcher it myself.
Right.
The people that understand what I'm saying, they're gonna like probably like DM me or like.
Do you start to understand a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like why speak it? Like don't speak it. Like y'all can speak it when y'all like in the same room. But like if I'm in the same room, I'm gonna think you're talking about me. So like, don't even play around like that. Because then like
just to make sure they're not talking in code or something.
It's like don't be talking stuff behind my back. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what they say half the time. You have Umar and Adama speaking French. You have Zoo and Toad over here speaking Lithuanian. Then you have Kerr and Henry over here speaking Estonian. So it's just a blend of a whole lot of different things going on.
I feel like it makes me want to learn a different language though.
It does. It really does.
I want to learn something like off the wall so I can like talk stuff about them. So,
I love that. What about Coach Lloyd? Is there any phrases that you're picking up from him?
I think the biggest thing for me, he says, let it rip. He calls me the old man.
Are you the old man?
No, I'm not the oldest on the team.
Okay.
But like, I got like the youngest spirit, you know? I feel like I'm the child by heart. You know, I'm the most playful. I like to make people laugh.
Wisdomous, but have that
I like
youthful.
to have fun too.
Yeah.
I like to make people laugh. Just like
so let it rip.
The root, yeah.
Okay. What about you? Anything that Coach Lloyd says?
I'd have to say for him it'd be hustle and effort would be a big thing. Like it's always, can you be the first one to hit the floor? Can you be the first one down the court? Can you be the first one to get a rebound? Can you run harder? Can you move harder? So I think those would be probably the biggest things for me.
Between Coach Lloyd, Coach Murphy, Coach Rob, and Coach Foyce, who are you taking in a 3-point shooting contest?
Neither. No, I'm playing.
You got to pick.
Probably Murph. I think Murph's the only one that actually like played ball, like at like some type of competitive level.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear this. So.
Oh, well, I take it back.
Okay.
Tommy for sure.
You take Tommy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Tommy.
Man,
100% Yeah, I can edit. That was a joke. I don't want you to take that too serious.
Right.
Oh no, I don't take none of them. I'm just nah. They can't shoot.
You're gonna take yourself, especially
take,
after the night you had.
I'm gonna take Tommy.
Yeah.
He has a consistent half court shot. He kind of shoots it from the shoulder. I seen Murphy at a couple. Coach Rob, not pretty much an athlete at all. I think Ricky's still like adjusting to like American soil, so I feel like I'm so.
I might take Ricky. Ricky knows a lot about basketball. He might know how to shoot a little bit.
Yeah, you can know basketball. I mean, you know basketball. But no, I'm gonna take Tommy.
Okay, that's
stay on good terms.
Just take Coach Lloyd and call. Okay, since you are both grad transfers, I'm always curious, just the academic side. It's a huge process of our journey. What was your undergrad degree in, and then what are you working on right now?
At Texas, it was physical culture and sports. Okay. And now I'm working on education, which it's kind of hard, you know, something completely different than I did at Texas. But ultimately, when I retire from basketball, whenever that is, I want to be a college coach. So
education's perfect for that.
Yeah.
Work with people and all the teaching that goes into it.
Yeah. No, mine was information technology and support. So ITS was my undergrad, and then I'm just doing regular classes, just being in school, not really going
the non-degree seeking. Yeah, that's what I did in my 5th year. I wasn't really sure, so I was just kind of just keep something that I can use if I need to later, and it's a nice option for sure.
That's it. I really didn't know, so I just was like, well, I'll just do with that for now.
I've heard so much about your coding and that you love math and. As a person, no, Cedric, yeah.
I said no.
No, as a journalism major, so I'm on the other end of the spec. Yes, yeah. So take me into why you love math so much and coding.
It was always easier for me instead of English.
Wow.
I just sucked at English, I think. I don't know why. I speak the language, so it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But coding is another language.
Yeah.
So it was just easier for me. Numbers just made more sense. So I kind of just enjoyed it, and I got into it. Then I ended up making really good friends with somebody in my class, and he's still one of my best friends right now. We talk all the time, and he's got a job with the government for IT. So,
do you do anything to practice? Because I know that's something you got to like keep up at as a skill.
Not really, not so much, not anymore. My sister went into graphic design, so sometimes we kind of talk about it, so I can help her out with the websites and stuff like that, but nothing too much. So
we need to get you with our IT department. I there's so much I wish I could understand, but like I'm so jealous. It seems so hard, but for you it just comes natural.
Yeah, everybody has their
right. Yes. Everyone has their own lane. I love that. Courtney, you haven't been able to be on the court officially yet, but it's on deck. Take us into this time for you. Frustrating, I'm sure, but there's probably some positives in there as well.
feel like the first day was probably my lowest. Just like
Okay.
hearing the news, not winning the appeal. But I kind of like just shifted my focus and just like, all right, I can't control what the outcome was. I can just control like how much I get better, how close I get with my teammates, how I view the game. I just think the past 2 weeks, I kind of like just grown as a player on and off the court. And I feel like my game has expanded a lot, like in a short amount of time, just because I just changed my mind, just attacked it and saying like, all right, I'm going to take every workout as a game and just push myself to the point. It's like, all right, I played 40 minutes today, even though I didn't play 40 minutes.
Do you feel like almost more prepared now because you've just watched and see how the guys play and how coach coaches?
I've always been one of those players who like prepared a lot by watching film, by like studying the
Visual.
teams. Yeah, so like for me, like every game that we played, I watched 2 or 3 games of the opponent. So it's like I kind of just stuck to my same routine, like going to bed at this certain time, like listening to this certain music, getting up this amount of shots before the game. I kind of just stuck to that because like it wasn't like I was gonna miss the whole season. So it's kind of like preparing my body for the moment before it actually happens. So when it being here on Monday, my body won't be like, oh, you're doing something different. It's
So
kinda,
smart.
Yeah.
That's the wisdomist we were talking about, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a 5th year that
Yeah.
knows the
Yeah.
professional, right?
I think the only thing he really likes about it is the fact that he's able to go on the green team and just do whatever he wants. I think
Yeah, that was fun for me
I
too.
think, I
Like
think that's what he likes.
I haven't had that much freedom since high school. I was like, wow, this is life over here on this team.
Also, you were able to expand the wardrobe a little bit, show some courtside fashion. So, you know, that's
Right.
also something. It's good
Yeah.
for the photos and
Yeah.
have a couple of those. We don't need too many, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's good. Next up for you guys is the Maui Invitational and your first game. Have you guys been to Hawaii before?
So the interesting thing is we were supposed to go to Texas my junior year,
Oh,
but COVID happened,
Right.
so they changed it to North Carolina, and we ended up winning it against North Carolina in the championship. So I have a Maui Invitational championship.
But- okay.
It doesn't
But
count because
not
it wasn't
on
in Maui.
location. Just not on location.
Just listen. So when we walk in the gym on Monday at 7:00, you're gonna see a banner that says Texas. And I was a part of that team.
But it doesn't
Okay.
count though because
Champ.
you didn't win it in Maui.
That's like saying like when LeBron won a bubble championship. So
It's just
the
a technicality.
And they all say it's terrible, just like Dame Lillard's Mickey Mouse trophy.
Hey,
Hey.
I'll take it though.
Okay, so you have not been physically to Hawaii, have you?
No,
Been to
I
Hawaii?
have
Okay.
not actually.
Okay, so you guys excited to just see different scenes and
Yeah, I'm just
See the
excited to
beaches?
try new foods. I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
away from the water. I'm not a big swimmer,
okay,
so I'm just gonna be on the sand.
it's beautiful though.
I'll be the
No,
first
no,
one.
water's
in.
beautiful, but yeah, it's not for me though.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to swim with some turtles. I'm trying to see how it goes.
Yes, almost everywhere you can like rent some snorkel gear. So
Yeah,
and they'll just be right there, not too far out. But the food is
Yes.
make sure you get some fresh pineapple. There's nothing like it. Even if you do not like pineapple, I'm telling you, it's just like it tastes completely different. So
one of my teammates at Texas, he's from Hawaii, so he used to tell me about it all the time. So it's
yes.
like interesting to go now.
It'll be so fun. Well, we'll all be watching and good luck in that tournament. It'll be so fun.
Thank you.
Last thing before you guys go, I just want to do a little like segment, quick hitters. I call it quick like a cat. So first thing that pops into your mind, I want to hear it. Just random off the wall questions. Okay. No prep. We're just going right into it.
All right.
Okay. Nicknames growing up. Courtney, you go first.
Fathead. My grandpa and grandma. My mom calls me Court. Grandma called me Court too. My grandpa called me Fathead.
All right.
Little said.
Cedric? Was it?
Little said.
Little said. Okay. Before you got to Arizona, who was the first name to come to mind when someone said Arizona basketball?
Gilbert Arenas.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon.
Nice. All right. Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron?
LeBron.
Kobe.
Wow. Do you want to state your case or good?
LeBron, because I technically never saw Jordan play live. I never really witnessed like his bad games. You only really see his good games, good
Right.
moments. And as far as for Kobe, I kind of saw Kobe on his downhill, not in his high moments.
Right.
And LeBron's, he's been doing it for as long as I've been alive. So it's like, he's my GOAT in my era. So like, that's why I say him.
Longevity.
For me, like he said with MJ, never got to see it. I grew up watching Kobe. That's it. I'm a Lakers fan through and through. Love him. LeBron to me, I think he's the best player to ever play, but I don't think he's the greatest. I think he's done everything there is, but I don't think he's the greatest winner. And just there's a different mentality that Kobe and MJ had that LeBron just doesn't have.
I like the details and the analysis there. Favorite basketball shoes? Cedric, you go first.
Kobe nines.
Kyrie.
Surprised you didn't say GTs.
Kyrie won.
All right. If you didn't play basketball, what sport would you play?
Soccer.
Baseball. My dad was a professional baseball player, so I probably would play baseball.
Any position in particular?
Second base.
Wow. Is that where your dad played?
Yeah.
Nice.
Second base and shortstop. Yeah.
Nice.
Did you like baseball though? Did you like playing it?
Yeah, I didn't. I was good at baseball, soccer, like really good. But baseball player makes the most money, so like for my kid, if I have a son, I want him to play baseball.
Although baseball they make a lot of money,
Yeah,
but
make amazing money.
NBA and NFL also make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like you can play a long time baseball.
It's true.
And it's less taxing on your body too.
And then soccer, any position? I didn't ask you earlier because I need forward. Okay.
Yeah, it was the game that I enjoyed playing the most.
Really?
Yeah, it just was fun to me. I wasn't very good at it, but because I'm a giant goofball, so I trip over myself all the time and stuff like that. But it just was fun for me because I was really close with a lot of the guys that I played soccer with and stuff. So
soccer pairs very well with basketball. I mean, you're running up and down. It's just a little bit more hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Not so much with your feet. That's interesting. Okay, well, that's it. You guys passed the Quick Like Cat segment, and all the fans can find tickets at ArizonaWildcats.com. And I just want to thank you guys for joining us today and giving us a little bit of insight to the middle of the start, I should say. Beginning of the start for you.
BearDown, go Cats.
thank you for having us.
Awesome.